Hey everyone, I'm Keith Miller, and I want to talk today about how to not feel alone and married. I mean, we just got through this pandemic, or at least I think we're getting through this pandemic, and we're in another pandemic, which is this pandemic of loneliness. If you're married, you don't want to be lonely. That's why you got married in the first place, so that you wouldn't have to feel alone. I've talked to so many people over the years who feel this feeling. They're married, but they're feeling very alone. And it's one of the worst feelings. I'm going to tell you what I think the secret is to how not to feel this feeling. In order to do that, we have to talk about your brain a little bit. Because if we can name it, sometimes we can tame it when it comes to emotions. And aloneness, loneliness, is an emotion. It's something that is designed to move us. That's what emotions mean. That's the Latin word for emotion, is to move. And did you know that we are hardwired to feel panicked if we're alone? We are social mammals. We're like herd animals, and we also feel ashamed if we're alone. So we panic and we feel ashamed. Like, right, thanks, Mother Nature. Why would you do that to us, right? But why? It's a great question, because fear and shame are two of the most powerful movers of emotions that we can possibly feel ever as a human. And it's supposed to move us to get back into the herd, to belong again. So what do you do if you're stuck with this feeling? Well, there's an interesting point, right? A lot of times we feel stuck with this feeling. And how do you feel towards the loneliness is my question, because I want to ask you to begin to relax with the feeling that you're feeling. Let it be in your body. Notice the sensations that are there with it, because it's just something trying to do a job for you. That's what emotions are doing. They're messengers. Because if you feel afraid, just think about this for a minute. If you feel afraid of your loneliness, right, then how does that make the loneliness feel, right? If you want to get rid of this feeling of loneliness, if you're anxious about it, if you're panicked, it usually doesn't make it go away. It gets worse. But what if you could, instead of getting angry at your partner or criticizing your partner, doing all the things that we might do, getting clingy or getting anxious, what if you could actually just focus in on that loneliness for just a moment and let your body do its job? It's trying to protect you. Remember, we are herd animals. We're social mammals. So give your body a break, first and foremost. I know you want to fix this problem. You don't want to feel this feeling, and we'll get there. But first, we have to get out of the way of our body trying to do its job. So could you try that for a moment? And I'm not kidding you. I really want you to take a moment, literally say hello to your body. Like, find where this feeling is of loneliness in your body. Maybe it's a shaking hand, or sweaty palms, or a hot knot in your chest, pressure in your head. All those symptoms, a racing heart. Can you befriend these parts of you with compassion? Can you imagine taking the hand of this part of you that's afraid of being lonely and telling it that you're there with it? Settle in with the sensations of loneliness, not because you want to feel lonely, but because it's an emotion that deserves and needs tenderness, not the frantic kind of, problem solving that we often do to shake it off like it's a virus. And it's not a virus, it's you, right? And so take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself, and as you settle, can you notice the real you in there? The you that's creative and smart and beautiful and clear-headed and is able to navigate with time and patience what action to take or not take in order to deal with this feeling. So I hope that helps you. And my name is Keith Miller. I want to tell you that this type of technique, focusing on yourself, is one of the most powerful things that I think any couple, any person in a relationship can learn how to do. Settle yourself down and then deal with the relationship. Settle yourself and then communicate, negotiate, all the things we have to do to work hard in a relationship. And if we can't get a hold of ourselves because we're, anxious about our anxiousness or afraid of our fear or whatever, it's really going to be hard for our partner to love us and to get a hold of us and get inside. So I teach a course called Mindful Marriage. It's a 7-week live online immersive course that I designed that takes you through a curriculum that's multimedia, and we meet once a week and do a 2-hour live webinar as a whole class, a whole group, learning and holding you accountable to doing the lessons. Check it out at souloflife.com/mindful marriage. And you can learn more about how to sign up for that class.